Hi guys, I'm going to show you today how to remove the ESP button from the Audi A4, S4 and RS4. Saloon and Avant all have this style of centre console, so I'm going to show you how to remove the ESP button. Now to remove any of the buttons or compartments in the top of the centre console here, we actually have to remove this top trim from the top of the centre console here. Now what I'll do is I'll pop a link onto the bottom of this video that shows you how to remove this if you're unsure on how to do it. It's not that tricky. You can have it out in under 5 minutes, but please do check that video out. Make sure you get this out, because without this removed we won't get any further on any of these controls. Okay, so once we've removed the top trim from above the controls here, you also need to remove your stereo, or in this case the Sat Nav system, to give you full access, because there's like plastic lugs on the bottom of these, and they don't come out past the top edge of your Sat Nav whilst it's in situ. So you will need to remove your stereo unit as well. Again, I'll put a link on the information section below this video on YouTube to show you how to remove your Sat Nav unit if you're unsure how to do it. But this is what you've got to remove. You've basically got to remove what's above these, and of course what's below, which in this case is the Sat Nav unit or your stereo. So get those two removed and we'll move on. Now one thing to bear in mind when you're talking about the card tray here and or the ESP button here, these two, very often on models like the S4, in this case here, they're actually built in together into the same unit, so you can't have one without the other. So to remove either of these, you're going to kind of remove both in one. So I'll show you how to do this now. So to remove this section here, if you kind of look in closely in here, you can see this black plastic casing starts here and goes all the way across right to the other side here. Okay, so the ESP and the coin tray, like I said before, are not separate units. Now to remove these, there's two plastic tags that are going to stop us removing it by sliding it towards us, which are compression tags. The first one is down in this square hole down in here. You may not be able to see it on the camera, but there is like a plastic lug that needs to be pushed down, and the same in this hole right in here. So those are the two that you need to do. So I'm going to have a quick look at doing this now. Just going to move this out, so I've got something to gently pull on. What you want to do is compress the tab here and wiggle it towards you just enough so it just starts to pop out, and then go across to the other side, push the plastic lug down just enough, just side to side like so. Eventually the whole thing will be ready to come out. Now once you've pulled it out a little way, you'll be able to access the connector on the rear of the ESP. This doesn't come out as far as you need it to, so you have to remove it at this kind of stage. So hopefully you can see that from there. It's just a standard type of connector. Like so. And there is one more connector on the back here. As you can see, the whole unit is out now. Just carefully remove this connector here, like so. And both the ESP and the coin tray come out in one. Now if you need to separate the ESP from the coin tray, you can just literally put your hand on the back and force it out. It does need a little bit of strength. Unfortunately, you can't pull it out from the front like you can with, say, a hazard warning switch, because it is actually quite stuck in there quite hard. So give it a good push from the back, and there's the ESP button removed also.